Imagine a world where the very building blocks of matter are all known, where there are no new elements left to discover. Sounds like science fiction? Well, scientists aren't quite sure. Have we really discovered every element possible? Welcome to Mind Blown Science, your go-to source for mind-bending questions, deep scientific dive-ins, and the latest in physics and chemistry. If you're fascinated by the mysteries of the universe, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, because we're just getting started.
How many elements do we know? Scientists currently recognize 118 different elements, from the simplest, like hydrogen, to some extremely heavy ones that only exist for a fraction of a second. Not all of these elements are natural in the sense that they're easily found on Earth. Many are made synthetically in labs. The heavier the element, more protons in the nucleus, the less stable it tends to be, meaning many of these super heavy elements decay almost instantly.
The mystery of super heavy elements. Beyond the stable or moderately stable elements, physicists are pushing the frontier to create even heavier elements in particle accelerators. But there's a catch. As you add more protons, the nucleus becomes more unstable. Protons repel each other strongly, and that makes it hard for very heavy nuclei to hold together for long. However, there's a fascinating theory called the island of stability. It suggests there might be a sweet spot where some super heavy elements could have relatively long lifetimes. In other words, they might stick around long enough to study them more seriously.
What does discover an element really mean? When we say an element is discovered, we don't always mean it's found in nature. Often, it's synthesized in a lab by smashing smaller nuclei together. And even when scientists do make these super heavy elements, they sometimes exist for just milliseconds or less before decaying into other elements. So discovering an element doesn't necessarily mean it's stable, practical, or abundant. It could be just a fleeting moment in a particle accelerator.
Have we got them all? In practical terms, we have discovered all the elements that are reasonably stable or can be made with current technology. But in theoretical or speculative terms, no, we might not have them all. There could be more elements, especially in extreme environments like exploding stars or neutron star collisions that we haven't replicated in labs. Even if we manage to create new ones, producing them in useful quantities is a huge challenge, and they might still be very unstable.
So, the short answer? We've discovered a lot, but we're probably not done yet. The universe might still hold elements we haven't made or observed, especially those super heavy ones hanging out on the theoretical island of stability. If you found this question as mind-blowing as I did, hit that like button, subscribe to Mind Blown Science, and drop a comment. Which mysterious element or atomic theory should we explore next? Thanks for watching, and remember, in science, the unknown is just waiting to be discovered.